All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, what I think I'm going to call today's podcast is put a dollar value on your health. Or I may even call it, what is the value of your health? I'm not sure. I may actually combine the two. And the reason I want to bring this up is because I have a lot of friends now, family members and colleagues in their late 40s, 50s, and older. And I think, as time is going on, I'm seeing that a lot of them now kind of regret to a certain point not taking care of their health, maybe the way they should have. It's kind of one of those hindsight things. And as we get older, like anything else, things change. Obviously, physically, especially men, I think a lot of times get really caught up with work or with business or with family. And I can assure you, I get it 100%. And one of the things that go to the wayside is their health. And I really see this with a lot of businessmen, especially ones that are, very wealthy or that have made a lot of money throughout the years. They've really committed their life to making money, which is if you want to do that, that's great. But again, at what cost? Because I see a lot of guys that are, say, millionaires, even for instance, that wanted to make their first $1 million, and then they made it, and then they wanted to have, $2 or $5 million. Some have gotten there, or at least got their business to that level. Some have even gotten even higher, and it never seems like it's enough after a while. And if you flipped it and said, okay, now what's the value of your health worth to you? It should be infinity, because without your health, you're obviously nothing. But when it comes to taking care of our health, again, I think most people just treat it like it's almost worth nothing. Of course, you don't want to destroy yourself, or obviously you don't want to die. But you, for some reason, or I can't say you, a lot of people just don't really pay attention to how valuable their health is till it goes kind of sideways on them. That doesn't mean all of a sudden they're very sick or they're decrepit and they're dying. I'm not saying that. But I do think a lot of times people go for so long, it could be obesity, it could be smoking, it could be drinking, just neglecting their health in general for long periods of time. And then they wonder, why do I feel this way? Why don't I have energy like I used to? Why do I have headaches? Why am I not sleeping? Why am I gaining all this weight? Well, guess why? And what's really crazy that I realized too, instead of kind of saying, you know what, now's the time I got to make a shift. Now's the time I got to take care of my health a little more. And when I say that, doesn't mean you have to run out to a gym even. I've been doing a lot of YouTube videos. When I say take care of your health, that doesn't even mean you have to even work out necessarily. Maybe it's your food control, or portion control, I should say. Maybe you're just walking a little more. Maybe you just stretching. Maybe you just doing some type of activities. Again, it doesn't have to be bodybuilding, CrossFit, Pilates, yoga, run a marathon, run a triathlon. I think so many people think when it comes to taking care of their health, you got to be all in or extreme or nothing. That's not the case, and I don't know why people think that, but you don't have to be that. I can assure you that. But back to your health, I see a lot of guys starting to have some type of health issues. And again, that can just be, not, getting short of breath all the time. Again, not, their stomach, again, always hurting them, or them having headaches again. Instead of saying, let me take care of this now. Okay. And I don't care what price, how much your money is making in business. Let me start worrying about my health as much as I do this business or this job or whatever you're doing, even your family. And instead of taking care of their health, they'll actually take on more. It could be anything. You could go buy a bigger home with a bigger mortgage. You could go buy more expensive cars, which is a bigger car payment. It could be in your business, maybe expanding, maybe buying other businesses, maybe partnering up and just taking on more and more and more. And the entire time, again, you feel shittier and shittier and shittier. But what do you think is going to happen? And again, I get it. If the buck rules your life, or if the dollar, really, most people, I think, and this is where I'm going to tell you where I fall short. I have been more caught up in my life and I say this, it's more about the message than the money. And I actually should do a podcast on that. I may actually do that soon. And, it's about sending a message out, or kind of just living or going on a journey and an adventure, is like I would like to say. It's not about the money all the time. I think because when I was younger, I was so obsessed with money and making money, especially in my 20s and mid-20s. And I had a sick daughter, and it just changed my life forever, the way I looked at health. And believe me, as much as I used to work out, I neglected my health because I wasn't, and I discussed this before, instead of helping my health a lot of times, I was lifting too heavy of weights, eating too much food. And again, I took something healthy and made it unhealthy. And you may be in this position too, but if you, again, are somebody, just step outside your life, I tell people a lot of times, and look at yourself. And if you are somebody, who's just not feeling right, and it's real simple, because I think so many people, again, the one thing they neglect and lie about to themselves is the way they feel. And I always say, you can bullshit anybody. You can bullshit your way through life, whatever the case may be. You are not going to bullshit your body. That you cannot do. I don't care who you are, who you think you are. There does come a certain point in time when you just have to say, you know what? This is it. I am done bullshitting myself. And, I'm going to wrap it up with this, because I don't want this to be a super long podcast. Whoa, you hear the sirens? It's crazy. It's very loud over here. What I am going to wrap it up with is, if you are starting to feel shitty, regardless, what age you are to a certain point, because I felt really shitty when I was younger, actually, more than I did. I feel healthier in my 40s and 50s than I did actually in my teens, which sounds kind of crazy. But put that aside. If you just start approaching, your health slowly, don't go to the extreme, I really believe, you can start going down a legit path. I think what happens with most people, and I discussed this, is they try to do everything to the extreme. They all of a sudden may get news from a doctor. I don't care if it's your cholesterol. I don't care if, I don't know what it is. If you may start having some type of issues regarding your heart or anything. And it could even be, again, the way you feel. You may go to the doctor and he may be like, you're fine, but you just don't feel good. The slower you go at this, the better off you're going to be. And back to not having to be extreme, start slow. If maybe fitness may be better for you, doing something fitness orientated, like joining a gym or joining a boutique or doing whatever, that may be great. But a lot of people, as you know, cannot be consistent with that. They end up quitting. So if you are one of those people, again, we have to take a realistic approach. And your approach, you have to look at, it is not just for a month or 3 months or 6 months. I talk about this. It is a lifetime endeavor, your health. You can't just look and say, I'm going to try something for a few months and see how it goes. And a lot of people that even get results in a few months, they still don't stick with them, right? They just quit after a few months. Or, back to this, they don't get results in a few months, so they quit that as well. Whatever you're going to do, let's try to be consistent with it. All right, I'm just telling you, very similar to like your business. If you started a business or at work, you started off, whatever you do to keep getting to where you need to be, you most likely are consistent. So when it comes to your health, look at it really like a business. And if you look at a lot of things, like say, I don't know if you've ever started a business, or regardless, even when you start a new job, right? You have to start from the beginning. All of that depends on you. Okay? A lot of times with businessmen or people that end up in certain workplaces, they get kind of caught up telling kind of everybody else what to do. And then they get certain results, which is great. When it comes to your health, it's on you. I don't care if you hire a trainer. I don't care if you hire a nutritionist. I don't care if you go to the gym or not or do anything athletic. You're the one who has to do it for you. Nobody else can do your push-ups, as the saying goes. You have got to kind of go back and figure out just independently, how am I going to make myself healthier? No one can do that again for you. I don't care, again, if you have a trainer, if you need to hire a trainer to push you, he can push you all day. You're the one who has to do it. So go to the frame of mind, or get to the frame of mind where it is all or nothing on you and your health. I'm telling you right now, you cannot expect anybody else to make you healthier but yourself, is basically what I'm saying in a nutshell. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you got any questions or comments, hit me up. But please take care of your health. The older you get, especially, and the quicker you get to feeling better, the better off you're going to be. And also with a certain weight, I believe, the quicker you maintain a certain weight that you feel good at. And, that doesn't mean, again, you have to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds and you think you're going to hold this unrealistic weight for the rest of your life. That may not be the case. And also, this is something to think about too. A lot of times you may think you need to lose 30, 40 pounds to start feeling better. The truth is, it may only be 10 or 20. You may lose too much weight. I talk about it. The same with gaining. A lot of people think they want to gain all this muscle or, get big, and they want to gain 30, 40 pounds. Let's just say maybe 10 or 20 pounds is where it's at. Again, you have to figure that out. But again, it's on you to figure out specifically what works best for you. I don't care what a trainer says. Even if you have a doctor, if you can, 100%, I would go under doctor's care, whatever you plan on doing. Now, if you don't have insurance, I get that as well. But if you truly plan on losing a lot of weight or doing something, definitely do it under doctor's care. And if you are feeling shitty, I think too many people also neglect going to the doctor, especially men. I would go to the doctor, even if you don't have insurance. At least get some blood work done. Maybe pay for it. Start there, and let's see where it goes. Again, you may be overweight, and you've kind of been bullshitting yourself, or you just may be out of shape in general. Again, you may be bullshitting yourself, because sometimes just doing something very small can just change your outlook on life, change the way you feel, change your energy level. And it could be as simple as losing 10 or 15 pounds. It could be as simple as just starting to walk after dinner every night. I don't know what it is, but you have to figure that out. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you get a chance, check out my YouTube channel. It's just Rich CELENZA. I'm also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I also have a program called MasteringSelfConfidence.com. If you want to check that out, I try to help men with their identity. I call it working from the outside in. So that goes with wardrobe, fitness, fashion, hygiene, and things in that nature. All right, take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.